Okay, she's a legitimate celebrity. She's a legitimate celebrity. So she doesn't fit into any category that you're talking about. She's not an attention whore. She might have just been a whore. Like, she might be the one that's actually a whore that was going around giving it up to all the dudes on the same team.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you Jason Kidd and you know that Jimmy Jackson is screwing around with this chick, but you know, and then when she make a play on you, then you decide that you want to do it. It's the same thing.
Not the way you described it. You just gave us this detailed description of how these chicks go after these dudes. We're talking about a legitimate star in Toni Braxton, which was no chick hotter than her at the time. That just wanted to get hers off, I guess.
No, but all I'm getting at, dude, is that all these guys, well, I'm not going to say all of them, but they see these chicks, right, floating their assets, if you will, on social media, you know, and, I mean, it's one of them things like, shoot, I wouldn't mind hitting. And that's how they looking at it. They ain't looking at it like, oh, Kyrie. Oh,
that's fine.
I'm sure Kyrie wasn't engaged to the girl.
But what I'm saying is that's fine. But my point, because I'm not just gonna assume that, like, because this ain't his jump off. Like, they got pictures of this dude like all loved up with his brother. Just like this is girl.
Yeah.
This is girl.
Yeah,
so this ain't his jump off. So it ain't like, well, she giving it up. This ain't like Corinne Steffens. It ain't like that. Yeah. There's a chick that he's gone and made his woman. So I'm thinking to myself, how does that happen? Because apparently, maybe this has to be news to him. Like, he looks at the thing like, what? You was messing with Kyrie? And I'm playing against this dude right now? Like this, because I don't see that being an actual thing. Because I know how we are as dudes. Like, the minute you walk into the locker room and we know it and you don't, yeah, you might not hear us snickling and laughing at you, but we will be. You know what I mean? Hey, Clay. How Kyrie's junk tastes, you know, because we're idiots and we say stupid stuff like that. Like, no one's willingly putting themselves in that situation. So it's a good chance that he loves this girl now, and it's too late. He's already found out about. He's now finding out about her past, and it's like, oh God, I'm in now. So
so he just found out.
I don't know if it's him finding out. I'm just finding out, but I can only assume that he didn't meet this chick. Like, yeah, that was the chick Kyrie used to be banging. Now I'm gonna make her my woman. That's not even dude stuff. Like, no dude does that. You know what I mean? A dude that you got to see at a certain point in time, either at charity events, you got to play against him. He's actually guarding you, and you're guarding him on the basketball court. Weird. Weird. So, yeah. My question is going to still remain. Like, how the hell does that even – how the hell do you find yourself in that situation where the dude across from you on the basketball court, football field, whatever, used to give it to your old lady? Yeah, that's weirdness, dude. All right, we spent way too much time talking about that. Yeah, that was weird. Now that I think about it, I'm not even gonna have time to do the mean tweets thing because it's like, what do we got? It's at 80 now. We got like 40 minutes. And we got some stuff we got to get through here.
You got 40 minutes, 42 minutes, 41 now.
All right, we just did on this day already, so that happened. Good. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Just had to get all that thought talk out. Those thoughts. All right. Where else am I? I forgot to mention yesterday to you. We probably don't be the only one that cares about this, but apparently the Denver Nuggets are showing interest in Mike Woodson. You know, old Woody there. He's now the assistant coach for the LA Clippers, and you know, as old retreads go, look it up in the dictionary. He'll have a definition there. It'll say, "See Mike Woodson, retread."
Well, I'll just say this. I think he got a bad break in New York. You know, when Phil Jackson came in, and it was like as soon as Phil took over, Woody knew he was out. You know, I don't think he got a fair shot up there. I mean, because those guys were playing with him.
What do you think he would have done, knowing his history?
Well,
what do you think Mike Woodson would have done to take that team in any positive direction?
Hold on. Knowing Mike Woodson's history, Now, knowing Mike Woodson's history, I would have to say that Mike Woodson would have done something positive. Because, dude, you got to think. When Mike
That's
Woodson
nebulous.
Took over
That's nebulous. What is positive?
No,
That's a nebulous term. What is positive?
No. When Mike Woodson took over the Atlanta Hawks franchise, his first season, they won 7 games. Every year, they got better and better to the point where 6 years in, they had the second best record in the conference.
How many coaches are getting 6 years now? Is the New York media going to give him 6 years?
But it might not even been 6 years. But I'm saying, but they were in the playoffs. After in his third season, they were in the playoffs. And you know that the Hawks have had the longest playoff run out of any team prior to last season.
I'm about to blow my brains out. That's not an accomplishment when you're the 8th seed and the 7th seed every year. That's no one's accomplishment.
What I'm saying is that Mike Woodson put together. Mike Woodson is the one that actually got this whole Hawks winning thing started.
What Hawks winning thing? Did I miss something? What Hawks winning thing are we talking about? Am I waking up out of a coma? What Hawks winning thing?
You're not waking up. I'm talking about the Hawks. I'm talking about the Hawks being over 500 and making the playoffs every year.
Oh my God!
Mike Woodson is what?
And that means he got a raw deal in New York because he did that.
You asked me based on what I've seen from Mike Woodson.
Yeah. What would he have done in New York?
I saw him take a garbage ass franchise in the Hawks and end up turning them into winners. So you're assuming that's why he should have kept the job in New York City coaching Carmelo Anthony? I'm just saying that he came in, took over that team, ended up getting them into the playoffs, and then Phil Jackson turned around and fired him.
Why wouldn't he?
I don't think he got a fair shot at being able to continue to coach.
See, there's that word again. I don't live in that world. But based on what Phil Jackson did in gutting the roster, I don't even know if Woody would want to be there anyway. So, but it's one of those things you're a little bit too close to this whole situation, sound because now we're talking Woody. That's your buddy.
No, because you asked me what have I seen out of him. I
said based on his history. This is not like someone came in and fired Greg Popovich. You know what I mean? He's Mike Woodson.
Dude, they fired him and let Larry Drew take over the organization.
And Larry Drew went to the playoffs. So now what are we talking about now?
But it was
how many years did Larry Drew not go to the playoffs? You brought that up, not me.
I'm the one that told you Larry Drew got it started. He's the one, but that was a drop off between Mike Woodson and Larry Drew. But the win totals, that was a drop off because the players were there, but he.
What players? Players like who? Players like who? Josh Smith. Joe Johnson?
Dude, that whole group was there. Even Jeff Teague was there. They were all there.
A rookie first-year player, Jeff Teague? Come on.
All I'm saying is,
do you not remember us talking to Jeff Teague and him even telling us while you made the argument that Larry Drew should have been playing Jeff Teague all this time, and then when we talked to him out of his own mouth, he said he wasn't ready. So how are we now saying even Jeff Teague was there? Jeff Teague might as well not have been there.
No, but you asked me who was there. So I'm just saying it was that whole group. It was the Joe Johnsons. It was the Al Horfords. It was the Zazas. It was the
guys who are nobodies. You're talking about a whole bunch of nobodies.
Well, Mike, they got a team full of nobodies now.
And they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Period.
Oh
so there's your Mike Woodson argument right there.
You asked me what did I see out of Mike Woodson, right?
Historically, that would keep him from getting fired from somewhere. Like Mike Woodson ain't no dude that should ever be tenured somewhere. Like he should never be looked at as a Phil Jackson or a Greg Popovich. Like he's unfireable.
Nobody said.
But you're acting as though he's unfireable. Those guys are unfireable. Mike Woodson is very expendable in any situation. Like there's people if let's say he doesn't get the Denver job, no one's going to be clamoring at all.
No, nobody's that.
Yeah, no one cares because he's Mike Woodson. That's why.
But my argument is that Mike Woodson is a damn good coach. He's a good coach.
Like no one's arguing against that. My argument is that he's not unfireable. Like to say he got a raw deal because
he was unfireable.
But you're acting that way. Phil Jackson went in and fired the dude. Of course he did. He's a brand new GM and president. He's going to get his own people in. What's so surprising about that? That's not a raw deal. That's expected in the business. If you're a coach in the NBA, you automatically expect that. If it doesn't happen to you, that's a surprise. Like if a GM comes in and doesn't replace you, that's the surprise. Because he wants his own people, someone who has his ideology. It doesn't mean that Mike Woodson's a bad coach. The point is that, yeah, of course he's going to get fired. How's that a raw deal? It's what happened. It's the cost of doing business in the business that you're in. You think Mike Woodson don't know that? You think it was a surprise to him that it happened?
Well, no, I just said that as soon as Phil took over, Mike Woodson knew that he was out.
Then how is it a raw deal then? How do you describe that as a raw deal?
Because Phil Jackson comes in, right? You have a playoff team, right? And then the next thing you know, it's just like garbage time. It's garbage time.
Yeah, you know why?
And
that's because it's the NBA. That's how things work. Like this whole Atlanta Hawks thing, and this is what I want people to understand. This is not the way business is done in the NBA. You have to be bad to be good in the NBA. This stuff with the Atlanta Hawks is an aberration. It doesn't happen. This is why people are so scared. This is why people are so down after they lost and people got hurt, because everyone knows that shoe will drop. That anyone who has ever paid attention to NBA basketball and has been a fan of NBA basketball knows that this is not how the game is played. And the Hawks ain't the team to change that. You're bad, and then you become good. Point. Look at the NBA Finals right now. Look at the NBA Finals right now. Two teams, 40 years, toiling in obscurity. 40 plus. 50 for the Cavs. They were bad, and now they've become good. That's how the NBA works. Yeah, you don't turn from an 8th seed into the best team in the conference just like that and then win a championship. It's the same question I asked the day after the Hawks got eliminated. The same question I asked then I'm going to ask now. What the hell do people expect? That's not how business is done. You weren't going to win no championship this year because it's not how it works. There's a process. We grew up watching the process. We grew up watching the Pistons having to beat the Celtics. Then the Bulls having to beat the Pistons. And then the Knicks having to try to beat the Bulls and never doing it. We saw teams that had to go through the process, and that thing still hasn't changed. It hasn't. So the fact that now all of a sudden, you know, we feel like we saw it here and now it can be, it's an aberration. It's like Haley's Comet. Yeah, it's gonna come once in every lifetime. You're gonna see it, but it's not the norm, and it's not the constant. And you watch next year. You talk to anybody, even yourself as a Hawks fan, and you tell me that you believe in your heart of hearts that the Hawks are gonna win 60 games next year. Yeah, crickets. See, because in your heart you know. Like, no, not in your heart, because in your heart you think it will happen. But in your brain and the legitimacy of it happening, you know is improbable. Because that's not how things work. You know, the whole thing all year where the Hawks are trying to prove to everyone that, you don't have to have that guy. The hell you don't. The hell you don't have to have that dude. And his name isn't Jeff Teague, by the way. Nor is it Paul Millsap. Nor is it Al Horford. Sorry. Just not, that ain't the move. I don't know who it is. I don't know who comes in. Because a dude like Steph Curry, obviously, would be perfect. Because Steph still plays within the system, but he still get his. He's able to get his. Because he shoots such a high percentage from three, and he gets quality buckets. And he's got other people that you can't afford to focus on him. He's got Klay Thompson, and he's got Draymond Green, he's got Harrison Barnes. You can't afford to just laser focus on him. But where you gonna find that dude at? The other question that I asked during playoff, when people was like,
right here at this new Goodyear right here. I mean, Goodwill right here on Flat Shoals in Western Chapel.
Sure.
Now they got a new Goodwill. Yeah. Maybe
sure.
somebody will drop off an old star over there.
Go pick you one up. They already got one. Yeah, they gave him a trophy and everything. I don't know if you heard. Yeah, they already got an old star down there. He can do nothing for you. Yeah, I saw 2 Chainz put one in him in horse. So his days of playing basketball and only attempting to talk about them are now here. The days of been playing are over, and now the days pity on us or sorry for us, of him talking basketball are here.